it's been a while since we've posted, but Ben's been busy with his new job and the whole hurricane happening down in New Orleans, and I've been busy with school starting. So I'm back, hopefully with some entertaining entertainment for you. And this is going to be the evolution of Jaded. So originally, Jaded sounded very different from the final version that you hear now. I wanted to highlight some of the ways that happened, both lyrically, mostly lyrically, because that's what I focus on. If Ben wanted to do a part 2 of this, eventually he could. If y'all want that, leave it in the comments below, and we'll take a look at how we can do that. Eventually, we also do want to talk about the difference between like our demos and the final products, and like the whole MIDI versus real instruments, all that kind of stuff. But Ben can tell you more about that than I can. Lyrically, the evolution of Jaded was quite fun. So I'm gonna play you what it originally sounded like in a lower key, because side note, if you hadn't noticed, Jaded is not in my key. It's a little high for me, and I wrote the melody too high. So this is gonna be in a lower key with the original lyrics for the verses. It's so addicting when I find you in the places you have left. It's complicated when I tell them everything we had is dead. So that's verse 1. If you hadn't noticed, the lyrics and the melody are quite different. Well, the melody's relatively similar, but the notes are a little bit different. The words are definitely different, and that's because originally the melody for Jaded was even higher for me than it was when we finally recorded it. And just a side note, I would like to say that we recorded Jaded more than 6 months before the album came out, before it even was released as a single, because I think we released it as a single in February and we finished recording in July, maybe August, and then the album didn't come out till April. Let's just say that Ben and I have done a lot of growing musically and production-wise and vocal maturing, all that. A lot has happened since then. Anyway, go past that. Because the melody was too high for me, Ben suggested that I change the melody a little bit, and I decided that I couldn't remember the right melody with the old words, and I found better words for it anyway once I had some new inspiration. And that inspiration was an original song that I'd written called Dusk. That's not going to be an Amiimopps song, partially because its lyrics are not part of Jaded, but also because it's an angsty breakup song, right? Right. This is what Dusk sounded like. My name was sacred in your mouth. You never said my name. Holy and innocent, but you touched me and I'm aflame. And I've never been so low after coming off a high. Love me and say it's so tonight before I cry. Okay, so what you just heard was the first verse of Dusk. If you want to hear more of it, I'm considering posting it on my personal channel. You can check that out if you'd like. So obviously you could see a big difference there, but I was just looking for new words that would fit into Jaded around the time that we re-recorded Jaded. Because originally, now that I think about it, we recorded the official vocals for Jaded twice. After we did it the first time, Ben and I decided that we weren't happy with it and we wanted to redo it, and that's when I decided to change the melody a little bit and change the lyrics. So this would have been towards the end of August 2019, and Dusk was written around that time. So I modified the first verse and the second verse, which I'll get there in a minute. The first verse of Dusk to fit the first verse of Jaded, because as I look back on the original lyrics for the verses of Jaded, I kind of thought that it was kind of dumb, which, you know, I guess you kind of do that as you mature and your art just kind of stays how it was. I feel like that's pretty commonplace. But yeah, this is what the second verse sounded like originally, and then I'll play you what it sounded like in Dusk before I changed it to what it is now. It's irritating when you tell me it's my fault that I've been left. It's so confusing when I lose myself because you were the theft. Obviously you can see why I cut that. This is Dusk's original second verse. My name was never in your mouth. Did you even know it was me? Simple and pure and clean, but they linger on your body. And I've never been so low when we're standing face to face. Never see eye to eye. I think we've lost our place. and so it goes. Like I said, if you want to hear the full version, I'm considering doing a version of it. But that's how we got what we have now for Jaded. And so lyrically, that's the evolution of Jaded. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Give us a like, hit subscribe, even hit the notification bell if you're feeling up to it, alright? Good call to action here. If you want to reach out to us, you can always email us at the.amiimopps@gmail.com. You can check us out on Instagram at @Amiimopps. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.